Hello, everybody. My name is Cécile. I'm in charge of communication and marketing at Mercator Océan and for Copernicus Marine Service activity. I'm glad to introduce this session. It's a key session for us today because given all the means, the scientific competencies, skills, operational skills provided, the ultimate goal actually is to serve users. So the point today is to provide you a few words on how the team here is working to develop markets, so all scientific skills and operational skills find final benefits to many markets. So we'll start by a few words to introduce the topic. Then I will very briefly remind how we serve markets and users. I will focus then on how we do market the service and provide you also a few impact illustrations on the business sector. So as an introduction, I would like to report to you two free quotes that we have heard yesterday during our side event at the European Parliament. First from Mr. Brunet, which is a director of the space policy, Copernicus and defense at the DG GROW. And Philippe Brunet said, Copernicus return on investment are expected in job and growth terms. A second very important quote from a director of the DG Mare is that Copernicus Marine Service skills and benefits should be much more known and recognized. So here, with these two quotes, you have actually the foundations and the whys of our work related to market development. So Copernicus Marine Service serve markets and users, first, of course, by a very strong capacity of monitoring and forecasting the ocean, with a very important pan-European organizations and partners. Alone, Mercator Océan wouldn't be able to do all these things, so the network is highly important. So we are able, hence, to provide a unique access to a comprehensive interactive catalog with many products, and that are all data are, of course, scientifically assessed, and we have effectively many background information for users related to quality. Also, an important key point is the manned service, a service desk. Actually, it's also a competitive asset for the marine service because these people are there only to support users, prospective users. They are answering to questions by email or on the collaborative forum. They are also feeding the news flash. They are immediately reporting any problems to users. They are also explaining when the service is back or when the problems are solved. So it is a key asset of the marine service. And we are serving 4 areas of benefits, as you know. I should actually add a 5th one related to societal challenge and all users related to societal challenge or NGOs or scientific museum able to join, to reach out to the general public. But okay, let's keep these 4 areas of benefits at the beginning. So now we have all means to serve a market, several markets. So how do we market this service? As the D1, I started always with the key rules, with the roots. What does the Copernicus regulation advise? In the Copernicus regulation, you've got 5 performance indicators, and out of these 5 performance indicators, 2 are related to markets. So the first one is asking for increasing demand of data information in terms of user number, of volume downloaded, and of number of downstream services, and of the distribution channels. A second one is related to market penetration, new markets, and competitiveness. As a matter of fact, any entrepreneurs would like this kind of curve, you know, skyrocketing over a few years with a lot of implementation worldwide. It's effectively a nice curve. And this means that we need to enable this curve to always growing, to grow more and more, is to develop new markets. And what we do mean by developing market is, first, to expand usage among existing users. So we really focus on users' loyalty. Then to gain new users on existing markets. So here it's more a matter of market penetration. Then to contribute to competitiveness of the European downstream operators. We are here acting as a growth driver for them. And then to gain new users in new markets, so it's a matter of expansion, and it's also other kinds of activities. So during this presentation, I wish to illustrate these 4 steps and how we do work to achieve the final goal, being to have as much as possible users in Europe, and in particular on the downstream sector. First, a few words about users and subscribers. Subscribers did register to the service. For sure, they can discover, they can search, they can browse. They certainly did download products a moment ago, but they are considered as subscribers, and they are all potential active users. And we have also active and regular users. So this population did register, and they download products over the last weeks. So what do we do to develop users' loyalty? And here, of course, Siemens operations, Siemens service desk, service management, they are the key actors there, because operational excellence, being able to deliver in time, being able to ensure availability of data is, of course, very important. And also the capacity of supporting users and answering to their needs and their questions or their problems immediately. This is key to sustain users' loyalty. And as a matter of fact, when Siemens Service Management is undertaking a quarterly satisfaction survey, generally the result is close to 5, and lately it was 4.7. So it's a good result. I think you will have, or you had yesterday, a talk about that. But service excellence, of course, is a prerequisite, of course, but this is not enough to guarantee users' loyalty and also to enable market development. So we have also to undertake or to put in place other activities. So for developing users' loyalty and gaining new users, there is a specific scheme called the User Uptake Tenders Scheme, driven by Dominique, who is co-chairing the session today with Enrique. And this scheme actually is meant to develop downstream services. This year, the user uptake programs were dedicated to coastal activities and MSFD development. A second activity is linked to workshop, info sessions, training sessions. So here we illustrate this point with many users and training workshops we have done for, let's say, 1.5 years in Italy, in Estonia, in Portugal, in the Netherlands, in Malta, and where in Norway as well. Another activities, also very important, is to showcase use case. As maybe you listened to this message a few times yet so far, our user, you are our best ambassadors, and it's very important to showcase your activities, because here on the website we have 80 use cases so far, but very closely 100 will be online, and 100 use case means 100 services, 100 organizations promoted on the website. So it's very important that we promote our intermediate users. And also, this is also 100 ideas of new usage for prospective users. Be also informed that you, users, will be enabled to submit your own use case online with a specific web section. So you will be able to, if you wish us to publish your use case, we shall do so, and we will be very happy to do so, and also to brand your use case with your own logo. Gaining users' loyalty and new users also goes through tutorials. So we have developed recently online tutorials and meant to beginners or to experts. So you will be able to sort out the tutorials you would need according to specific selections areas. We also have developed a large set of documentation online and offline. So you will have some today on the table at the reception desk. So, of course, the use case, which is online as well, the Copernicus fact sheet and information, the marine service fact sheet, market information and fact sheets related to our 4 areas of benefits, a new kind of document called the product roadmap. So far, we've got a product roadmap related to waves, because all products were not available from day one. We have a kind of schedule of the wave product in the catalog. And more recently, we have also a product roadmap related to Sentinel-3 and the impact on the portfolio. And last but not least, all use cases online are able to be printed, so you can take it with you or promote it around you. So the third point for developing market was also to help downstream sectors to be more competitive. And here we have 2 complementary approaches for matching user needs. Of course, the one you know very well for years is the activities organized by Dominique and her team, that is to organize regular feedback from the market, from the users. What do they expect? What are their requirements? What do they want to improve? And as a few illustrations, you have this collaborative forum online, which has been requested by users for years. So this waves in the catalog I was talking about is also a request from users. All information related to quality validation is also a very important requisite from users, because they need trust and confidence about data. So, you know, as we say, Copernicus Marine service is user-driven, and this is an illustration of this activity. And more recently, we also started to focus activities on targeted markets. So this is undertaken by Laurence Cronier. Please make a... She is sitting here. So she is in charge of market development. That means that she is gathering business intelligence on markets. She's building knowledge, of course. She's preparing dedicated marketing materials. By the way, the use case you have online, the new tutorials, has been prepared by Laurence for a few months. Huge job. And also, she will be able, by focusing on specific markets, to develop new documentation materials, and also to adapt or to propose a specific product of the catalog to specific markets. Just an example, she's focusing by now on renewable energy. The point is to be able, within a few months, to propose dedicated products for this very market, to renewable energy, so to be more relevant. So the players of the renewable energy sector don't have to look after all the catalog. There will be proposed specific data information for them. So, okay, and it's soon finished. Second point is to build Siemens Blue Network. So we need always, as we do for science, as we do for operations, we need network. So working with representative communities, regional association, clusters, and also working with champion users. So far, this program, Champion User, is on progress. We have Deltares in the Netherlands, Maritech in Portugal, University of Malta in Malta, and Rivage Protec and Artelia in France. We have also to gain new users on new market, and this also, for this also, we need to work with other networks as Copernicus relays, competitive clusters, or all blue growth related networks. A few examples also on the impact of this work, of this market development work, as far as the business sector is concerned. So here we can see that statistics can very often hire real developments. Because when we are asked how many users from the business sector do you have, so we say generally according to years or months, between 15 and 20%. So here it's a 50% rate, but when we are going a bit deeper, for instance, we see that 60, let's say close to two-thirds of the business activities are related to maritime safety and coastal environment. Then we discover also that business sector is maybe the more active populations compared to university or public service or foundations, or compared to other users. For the WAVE product, and let's have a focus on a case of study with the WAVE product. The first products have been launched and promoted very recently. It was in May. Within 2 months, we had 125 users. 40% of them were coming from the business sector, mostly in this country, in the European Union. So also, when we have a look on the indicators related to number of users and percentage of volume download, we see that in terms of number of users, we are close to, let's say, 50% of our users from the business sector. But as soon as we are focusing on data volume downloaded, close to 30% of the volume downloaded has been downloaded by the business sector. As a conclusion, we can say that the number of users is far not enough to evoke the market development. Business users are more active and more regular in use than any other users. They download more volume than other users, and they have a very quick interest in new products like WAVE's products, and it shows how the relevancy of the product in their operational chain. So it is the last slide. Should you have any question related to market development, don't hesitate to contact Laurence. Here's her email. Also, please be informed about a very important workshop organized by DG Grow on the 12th of October, and you can join this event by just registering, and it will be related to energy. So you are all kindly invited to this. Laurence will certainly make a talk during this event. And now let's learn about your experience. Your users are our best ambassadors, and we are glad to listen to you.
Okay, thank you. We have time for one question. question if you want.
Hello, hello. Yes. Alan Yates, Institute of Environmental Analytics. The terms and conditions on the data say the data or the services will be available until 2020. What can we say about what will happen after that if you're building an application that's relying on the data?
It's a crucial question. It's a current question actually, because the Copernicus program is currently under preparation. And I'm not able to say, yeah, it will be okay. Normally, of course, the Copernicus program will be saved. Marine information will be still there. And yesterday, by the way, I don't know if you listened to me, yeah? It's here. Yesterday at the European Parliament, Mr. Brunet said that we can consider that Copernicus is a kind of adolescent and will be an adult soon, thanks to the Copernicus 2 step. So it does mean that money will be there to sustain the Copernicus program, and in the frame of the Copernicus program, the service components will be set as well. I cannot say much more because it's all about Commission decisions and parliaments, but the name of the game is not to stop everything by 2020, of course. So it will be sustainable, of course.